Entate mphahlele wa ga mphahlele go diragalang mo hae ko ntlong ya gago le irang. Listen, I hope that was correct, but the question stands. Nenzani lapho? Nedlala umasgcozi? Are y'all playing house? Because I don't know, it seems like y'all believe that this is marriage, this is polygamy, but I don't believe it. I'm not falling for this jazz, and your daughter Mphahlele is not falling for it either. Episode 2 of season 3 of Happily Ever After just rocked my world. Hello, hi, I am Lungile. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Please make sure that you subscribe. Have you seen? This is a struggling channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. So my previous video here on this channel was my reaction to episode 1 of Happily Ever After, and honestly I thought it would be a couple of episodes before I find anything else to talk about on the show, but I just watched episode 2 and I got thoughts, a lot of thoughts. So I might just break my reaction to episode 2 into 2 videos. So behold, this is part 1. And I want to focus on Mphahlele wa ga Mphahlele, the conversation that he had with his daughter Ntabi. But before I get into Ntate Mphahlele, let me first touch on a little bit on the men I love to hate on, Dulas. We saw a little bit of Dulas and Zintle. Dulas is thinking about the future, his future and Zintle's future. So maybe I'm wrong and Zintle's right for staying with this man. I don't know. If I was in her shoes, I would have been long gone. But hey, she's still around. And Dulas bought them a business. They are somewhere in Johannesburg, next to some hostel that Dulas lives in. And he bought a car wash for them and he presented it to her. And I am happy that Dulas is thinking about the future for both himself and Zintle, but Zintle is a little bit doubtful. She got a couple of questions saying that this place is closer to where Dulas lives and further from where she lives about this business. Have you seen the paperwork? Ask Dulas for the paperwork. Look at the paperwork. Whose name is on the paperwork? Is there paperwork for this business? If there's no paperwork at all, or your name is not on any paperwork, God, please know that you are just a volunteer that might or might never be paid. So please make sure that you ask the right questions and get the right paperwork in place. Which makes me jump straight into Ntate Mphahlele wa ga Mphahlele and the conversation that he had with his 23-year-old daughter. I called this out in my previous video. Behold. SMS. So we met Mphahlele in the 3rd season of Mnagwetu. He got 2 ladies in his life. I am not going to call them wives, because it seems he's not fully married to any of them or not fully lobola any of them, okay? So in this video, as you just seen, I was calling it out that he can't call his situation polygamy because he is not fully married to any of these women, okay? He is partially lobolad, the first lady, and the other 2 bajola fela. And that's exactly the same thing that Ntabi brought to his attention. Ntate Mphahlele was planning some type of a welcome ceremony for his amazing Tiboho, and he wanted his daughter to help him with that whole thing. But girl was having none of it. She's like, they are not your wives, they are your girlfriends.
Wa itse gore papa o na le basadi ba 3 jale. Okay, I know o tseba ba 2.
Nke ba tseba.
Okay, Ntabi, papa o na le basadi ba 3.
Ase basadi ba gago. Ke di girlfriend tsa gago.
So yeah, that's what I thought, that this is not any type of marriage. that these ladies are not his wives, and yet he says it with his chest when he calls them his wives. He says it with his chest when he calls himself a polygamous man. According to me and his daughter, he is not polygamous. He's just a man with 3 girlfriends, okay? Like, let's not act like we don't know what it entails for a woman to become a wife, what a man must do for a woman to be called his wife. Whether you are looking at the Western culture, the broader African culture, the South African culture, is this man not a petty man? I am sure that there are certain things that have to be done, certain ceremonies that have to take place, including lobola and marriage. Full lobola, I don't know, is it full lobola or not? Some people say some lobola, you never finish lobola. I don't know if that applies to petties or just people in Mamelodi. I don't know. So like, but let's not act like we don't know what it entails for a woman to be called your wife. And Mphahlele is in La La Land, but what about these 3? Why are they going along with this? Like Caroline, lady number 2, she been calling herself his second wife. We met her on Mnagwetu season 3. She was referring to herself as his second wife. We only found out during the reunion that she's just a girlfriend. She and Teboho are the same thing. They just girlfriends. Why are these ladies playing along? On this earth, on my life, on my man's life, nobody can just call me a wife. I am nobody's wife. I am not Lobolad. I come Elo, I cause Bizo, I come Bondo. I'm not Lobolad. Nobody's spoken to my parents about nothing. I am nobody's wife. A man can't look at me and call me wifey and I act like a wifey and I'm your wife, yay. What the hell is that? That is nonsense. Even the mamaz thing, mamaz. You can't mamazi me. I am nobody's mamazi. I'm your girlfriend. Icheri. Bonke laba ba macheri kanti tate Mphahlele ba na macheri. Y'all are his girlfriends, okay? Maybe the first one is a partial girlfriend, almost wife, sort of a fiance. But what makes a lady go along with this? Is it the number of years you guys have been together? Is it your age group that you are in? Is it the way you love this man that you're just compromising yourself? Because don't get it twisted. If you're gonna gift yourself to be somebody's wife and no marriage has taken place, no lobola, nothing culturally has taken place, you're just gifting yourself to be. Why are you doing that? I don't understand. You can call yourself somebody's wife, but if the next day he wakes up and walks out the door and never re-enters your life again, there would be no repercussions. You have no leg to stand on. You have no claim on him. So yeah, I was right. This is a polygamy pretense, and baby girl and Tabby, Mphahlele's daughter, was right to call him out. I appreciate that she called him out. She was honest with him. She was calm with him. But the more the conversation went on, the more I was like, yeah, she's calm and quiet, but I am sensing some disrespect there for her father, you know. And now let me take it to the parent side. Ndade Mphahlele wabona? Do you see that when you act in a questionable manner, when you show low morality, when your actions are just wrong and, I don't want to call it stupid, wrong and against culture and common sense, you lose respect from your children. Ntabi does not respect her father. She has no respect for Mphahlele whatsoever. Yes, she was calm. Yes, she was collected. But you can tell she doesn't respect him because he's collecting all these women and calling them his wives. And we all know what it takes to be a wife. Ntabi knows what it takes to be a wife. And she herself as a woman, she's like, those are your girlfriends. Those are not your wives. Why are you calling them your wives when you know you have done nothing to make them your wives, you know? So yes, there are actions that our parents do that in our eyes as their children, we lose all respect for them. And I think in Tatem Pahlele's lifestyle has led to that in Tabi's eyes. Let us all be careful. There are repercussions for everything that we do. For respecting your parents, there are repercussions. They might withdraw their love and support and care for you. And for parents acting any type of foolery, your kids will disrespect you. Tatem Pahlele, this will be polygamy once you are married to 2 of them. I think that is all I have to say about part 1 of my reaction to I'm now going to episode 2 of season 3. Please make sure you subscribe. I'm struggling here, and like and share my video. Thank you so much for clicking. Good night.